South Africa is fighting a war it never officially declared. A war on drugs that's now spilling across oceans, air routes, and city streets. From cartel shipments hidden in refrigerated containers to cocaine buried deep in suburban plots. The drug trade is evolving faster than ever before. In the past few years, the numbers have become staggering. According to the South African Police Service, over 5.2 billion rand worth of narcotics have been destroyed nationwide. And that's just the recorded total. Behind those figures are layers of violence, corruption, and transnational criminal networks. Once viewed as a destination market, South Africa has now become something far more dangerous. A transit hub in the global cocaine and methamphetamine supply chain. From Brazil's commercial flights to Durban's harbor docks, the country has become a crucial link in an international web, stretching from Latin America to Europe and the Middle East. 2024 marked a dangerous shift. Not only did the number of drug busts surge, but their scale and sophistication shocked even veteran investigators. By 2025, it wasn't just about moving powder across borders. It was about industrial-scale manufacturing, local labs producing billions of rands worth of synthetic drugs, foreign cartels, local kingpins, and corrupt officials all intertwined in one silent economy. One that feeds addiction and fuels crime. And amid all this chaos, the men and women in South Africa's law enforcement fight a relentless battle, one shipment at a time. So tonight, we count down 5 of the biggest drug busts ever recorded in South Africa, from multi-million rand harbor interceptions to billion rand meth labs hidden on rural farms. Each one tells a story of intelligence, betrayal, and the ongoing war that defines South Africa's criminal underworld. This is South Africa's drug war, the 5 biggest busts. At number 5, starting with a bust at the smaller end of our list, but one that shows exactly how the local trade operates. Location: a secluded plot in Blue Hills, Midrand, Gauteng. SAPS intelligence followed up on reports that drugs were hidden on the property. When officers arrived, they uncovered cocaine valued at approximately 20 million rand. A 56-year-old man, believed to be the owner of the plot, was arrested for possession and dealing in drugs. This wasn't a cartel shipment, it was the domestic leg, the safe house in the chain. The suspect's arrest opened up further intelligence links to a broader network operating through Gauteng. It's a reminder, even small-looking busts often hide a much larger web behind them. At number 4, Durban's Bluff area, calm streets, sea breeze, and one of the biggest drug distributors in the region hiding in plain sight. Late one night, a joint intelligence-driven operation by Durban Metro Police, SAPS, and the KZN Counter-Narcotics, Provincial Organized Crime Unit, and the Hawks converged on the suspect's premises. Inside, 3 1-kilogram bricks of pure cocaine, worth 1.2 million rand, a gun, ammunition, and several cell phones, all seized. The 51-year-old suspect was arrested and now faces both drug and firearm-related charges. This bust may not match the massive harbor hauls, but it shows how local distribution networks feed directly from international suppliers, the street-level heart of a global problem. At number 3, early on a Sunday morning, under the darkness of midnight, SARS Durban Customs executed one of the most coordinated maritime operations of the year. Customs officers intercepted a motor vessel 4 kilometers off Durban's east coast near the Fairway Buoy. On board, a refrigerated container flagged earlier through documentation irregularities. When the container was opened, officers discovered 30 bricks of narcotics, carefully concealed inside legitimate cargo. Estimated street value, 65 million rand. The drugs were handed over to the SAPS Directorate for Priority Crime Investigation, DPCI. SARS Commissioner Edward Kieswetter later praised the operation, saying it showed how border security, when used intelligently, could hit criminal networks hard. It was a turning point for port intelligence. Proof that Customs and SAPS could outthink even the most complex concealments. At number 2, in July 2024, police uncovered something beyond imagination: a fully operational methamphetamine manufacturing plant hidden on a rural farm near Groblersdal, Limpopo. 4 suspects were arrested, including 2 Mexican nationals. The lab contained industrial-scale chemical setups, precursor storage, and finished meth ready for export. Estimated street value, 2 billion rand. It wasn't just a bust, it was evidence that foreign cartels had physically expanded operations into South Africa, turning remote farmland into global production hubs. Police followed weeks of intelligence leads, surveillance, and unusual supply orders for chemical precursors before executing the raid. Inside, investigators found equipment identical to those used by Central and South American meth networks. This bust changed how authorities viewed the landscape. South Africa was no longer just an entry point, but a manufacturing stronghold. At number 1, according to SAPS records in the April 2025 Police magazine, on March 7, 2025, a coordinated series of operations led to seizures valued in excess of 340 million rand, part of a broader total of 5.2 billion rand worth of drugs destroyed over just 3 years. But the single biggest operation still stands. The Groblersdal meth lab, estimated at 2 billion rand, remains South Africa's largest ever recorded drug bust. It exposed international chemists, cross-border finance, and a growing local infrastructure for mass production. The scale stunned investigators and marked a clear warning. The cartels weren't slowing down. They were scaling up. Behind every bust was a battle of wits, and some of the cartel's smuggling tricks were almost unbelievable. Cargo concealment, drugs hidden inside refrigerated containers, fish shipments, wooden pallets, and sealed boxes of food products, all mixed with legitimate imports. Double layers and decoys, packages hidden beneath false bottoms, embedded inside hollow machinery, or sealed within fake goods. Air route smuggling, couriers on commercial flights from Brazil and other South American routes using tampered luggage, false baggage tags, and even inside contacts. Local stashes, suburban plots, rental warehouses, and abandoned lots became temporary storage hubs. Fake businesses and front companies, meth labs disguised as small factories or farm supply depots. Financial layering, money laundered through shell corporations, crypto transfers, and false invoices. Each of these methods forced SAPS to evolve. Fast, intelligence-led policing, operations built from months of data, intercepts, and tips rather than random searches. Unified task forces, SARS Customs, SAPS, DPCI, the Hawks, and Metro Police working side by side. Port technology upgrades, high-resolution X-rays, cargo profiling systems, and rapid container scanning. Canine and detection units, expanded dog teams, and portable chemical detectors deployed at airports and harbors. Financial tracking, following the money to uncover who funds, launders, and distributes the drugs. International cooperation, shared intelligence with Brazil, Mexico, and Interpol, making it harder for syndicates to hide. Forensic upgrades, faster lab analysis and chemical fingerprinting to trace drugs back to exact source labs. Every trick forced another upgrade. Every upgrade led to another victory, but every victory revealed how fast and how far the cartels were willing to go. Now let's see what the numbers say. (2024) Approximately 3.4 billion rand seized. 2025 so far. Already exceeding 5.2 billion rand, bars rise sharply, showing a 53% jump year over year. Q1 2024, scattered bus. Q3 2024, the Limpopo lab spike. Q1 2025, renewed maritime interceptions. Q3 2025, another sharp rise with intensified SAPS operations. So there you have it. 5 of South Africa's biggest drug busts, counted from tens of millions to billions of rands. From suburban plots in Midrand to massive harbor interceptions and billion-rand rural meth labs, the scope of the drug war is staggering. 2024 and 2025 are not just years of record seizures. They are years that exposed how deeply the global drug trade runs through South Africa. The victories are real, but so are the warnings. For every bust that makes headlines, dozens of shipments slip quietly through. The war on drugs may have its victories, but the war itself is far from over. Stay tuned, stay vigilant, because the next bust could redefine South Africa's underworld forever.